Welcome everyone to the Spirit Essential SpiritScopes for February.
Yay!
We are so excited to be able to continue this journey. Nancy, Christine Brady is a psychic medium, intuitive medium who works with Spirit Essence by Tara Diana, which is me. And we have decided that this year is the year to start putting a little bit of our flavor into monthly Spirit Scopes. So everyone has horoscopes. Well, we do Spirit Scopes. So Nancy, welcome back to February.
Thank you for having me. Yes, February. I can't believe it's here already.
I know, and so much, of that love energy. And when I say love energy, I'm not talking about necessarily just relationships. I'm talking about love for everything, for all. So this is a good time of the year to be looking at a little bit of a higher kind of self-love as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what I was thinking we could do is I could start out just giving an overall message for everyone for the month, and then we could get into the individual spirit scopes. What do you think about that?
I love it. I love it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, well, everyone, I just want to give you a general overview reading of what my guides have sort of come through and told me is a really great focus for February. February is really, as Tara said, all about love, but it's that what you've planted, all those seeds that you've been in that hibernation through the winter, through January, everything is starting to grow. And with everything love and nurture, it's going to grow, it's going to flourish, and it's going to become so much more amazing, but it's going to grow at an exponential rate throughout February. And sometimes this change that's coming might seem a bit overwhelming. It might kind of knock you back on your heels, but just remember, welcome it with love, with open heart, with open arms, and go, okay, this is what I've been manifesting. This is what I've been working on. And you're going to find that as much change as February is bringing, if you approach it with that love rather than resistance, it's going to be such an easier transition. So I just kind of wanted everyone to sort of focus on that as an overview for February. And I'm going to leave that with people for some thoughts to roll around.
I think that's awesome. And, the release and the manifestation in February is going to be powerful, as it always is, because it sets you up for spring, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So we're going to go into Aries. I just want to do a quick shout out to the deck I'm going to be using. Uh, Nancy and I are planning to do all sorts of different kinds of ways of doing your spirit scopes. So, I think next month we chatted a bit about doing some chakra work. So what chakras, what months need to focus on what chakras.
Yep.
And I thought that was kind of fun. And then maybe we'll even do spirit animals, which are power animals. Who should you be working with in this month and their meaning. So there's lots that we can do, but I want to do a shout out to John Holland. I'm using his Psychic Tarot for the Heart. This is a fairly new deck to me. I mean, I've had it for a few months, but as a medium, I tend not to use cards so much. I tend to just channel right through from spirit, but I do love these cards. They're right up there with my Sacred Rebel cards that I used last month. So let's get into this. We're talking about Aries. Aries is March 21st to April 20th. This is the time that you want to focus on. I want to make sure it's facing the right way. On opportunities beckons. Opportunity beckons. Oh my goodness, people, let's say it right. So opportunity beckons. This is an important card because this tells you that things are coming. Things are coming. They want you to pay attention, right? When spirit gives you a card like that, what they are ultimately saying to you is, hey, we think you might miss something. So if we give you a sign, it's kind of like when Raven comes in or Hawk, and they give you a sign, then you can open yourself up to it a little more and subconsciously work with your conscious to see it. So opportunity beckons. Pay attention to what's going on around you, friends. This is the time that you want to most definitely be aware. And when it says opportunity, that's a positive. That's like, I want that opportunity. And that can be anything. So be open to all. Okay, does that sound good? Are we happy with that, Aries? I hope so.
I'm going to
Okay,
say yes for the Aries. They're happy with that.
thank you. Thank you. Go,
Okay,
beautiful.
I am using I don't have the box, but I have the book, just so you see. It's the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. I so was going to pick a Colette Baron Reed deck. And then I thought, nope, she's going to use one this week as well. Although we
It's
could
like
both
you're
use the deck.
psychic or something. I don't know.
Oh
So I'm
dear.
going to try to like cruise through. I have a little bit of an Oracle deck addiction, as you guys are going to learn. So I'm going to try to get you some more unique ones that aren't just hers. So,
Which
but
I
this
think
week,
is fun. I think that's fun because they're so powerful, each deck for just the beauty that they bring,
absolutely,
right? So,
absolutely.
okay, I'll
And
stop talking while you do
no,
Taurus.
it's all good. And make sure you check out Spirit Essence, because Tara's going to be running a course on oracles very soon. So
Oh, I am. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, you can teach everyone about all the goodness of oracles. So Taurus, I'm going to get into this with Taurus. April 21st to May 21st, I am a Taurus. We are very reliable. We are persistent, determined. We can be a bit possessive. We can be a bit self-indulgent and greedy. We can also hold grudges till like my children's children are born. But
You're
I
not a Scorpio?
but we try not to. Anyways, we are very, very loving. We're a very loving sign. And for this month, Taurus, your message is breathe. Okay. And
Mm,
it's such a lovely reminder because with we tend to sort of literally be that proverbial bull in the china shop where we run in and just kind of take over. And more often than not, my guides constantly come in and go, Nancy, step back and breathe, because it's so important just to take time to recenter yourself and take time to just get in a place of neutral, right? Get out of your head, get out of that thought process, get out of that pattern, and get back to center, because there's nothing more empowering than your breath and breathing. And often you'll find too, if you're running, pay attention if you are breathing. A lot of times we tend to hold our breath,
yes.
right? So consciously focus on that for the month. Listen to yourself, make sure you're breathing, pull it into your meditation, and get back to center. So I'm going to leave that for Taurus.
Oh, I love that too. And you just told me think of I was so Honey, which is my pit bull friends, she's a little bit dog aggressive. So anyway, she's like protects her mama. Anyway, I decided I would run across the street with her. So I'm running quite a ways down the street. And I realize I'm totally holding my breath as I'm running. And I'm like, what? So you have to take this big, deep breath. Two things I want to say about breath, though. One is that when you take that deep breath, I mean, don't hold your breath, people, and run with your dog, but, take that deep breath. What you're doing is you're realigning,
Yes.
right? You're realigning. And if you're doing any kind of spiritual work, meditation, if you're doing, trying to tap into your sixth senses, anything like that, when you do a deep breath in like that and release it, what you're doing is you're taking yourself from left brain, which is your analytical, logical, and moving yourself to the right brain, which is your creative.
Beautiful.
I don't know why I'm giving lessons in this, but let's go to Gemini. Gemini is May 22nd, June 21st. These are our adaptable and versatile people. A little bit nervous, a little bit tense when dealing with things, but because you can go with the flow, you can be flexible in that. The nervousness comes with just the change of it, just that quick change of it. So let's talk about what they have. Oh, and I got base chakra for you. So the base chakra is the root chakra. For those of you that don't know, it is represented by red. Crystal would be like tiger's eye, red jasper, and it is located at the base of your spine. That is called your root chakra, your base chakra. And when they talk about this is all about clarity, focus, and understanding, and being present. So they're asking you to be a little more logical in your work. We just talked about taking that deep breath in when you're doing work to go this space, but we're talking about your human state. We're talking about work, career, schooling, that kind of thing. So being a little more focused, a little more present in this month, particularly in February, Gemini, is going to be what gets you where you need to go this month. And remember, we're setting ourselves up for spring, right? We're setting ourselves up for that unfolding of the lotus flower, the petals undoing. We are getting that space. So take the words and hold them to heart, Gemini. It is clarity, focus, understanding, and being present, your root chakra. And if you feel like you can't get that root, Root and me just don't work. But if you can't get that root kind of going for you, go and get a tiger's eye. You don't need a big honkin', you know, crystal. Just get a tiger's eye, red jasper. Sometimes obsidian and hematite will even work in a grounding situation. And just stick a stone, a nice tumbled stone. Don't get a raw piece. And stick it in your bra. If you're a guy, stick it in your pocket and just carry it with you. That will help ground you. You can also put it under your pillow.
Nice. Very nice.
I'll leave that with Gemini.
All right. Cancer, you guys, June 22nd to July 22nd. You're emotional, you're loving, you're very cautious, protective. For February, your message is blessed. And this is a fantastic message because it's time to sort of take stock of what are your blessings. What is it that you're grateful for? What is it? Is it your core family? Is it your pets? Is it your house, your environment, your job? Anything like that that you're blessed for. Even health. Health is a great one. And sit down and journal with it. Just be with it and appreciate all of the true blessings that you really have. Because when we are in a place of gratitude and feel blessed like that, the universe responds in kind and we get more blessings and we get more of what we're grateful for. So I am going to leave that with Cancer for the month.
Oh, I like that. Blessings, blessings. Let's, you know, that's the whole goddess empowerment thing,
Yeah.
right? Is that we are working in blessings for ourselves, which is super important, not selfish, important, so that we can do the blessings for everyone else. I love that. We're going to go to Leo the lion, July 23rd to August 21st. I love this energy because it's creative, it's enthusiastic. You know, I always think of the lion, and I always think of the lion laying there, you know, the king of the he's just kind of like, oh, let the women do the work. Well, the women are going to do the work. So the lionesses are coming out right now. We can, you know, I said we. I am not a Leo, just so you know, but apparently I'm pompous because I was going to say we can be a little patronizing, and I added myself into that. So let's see what's going on with these lovely beings. Oh, it's the release card.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Now here's something interesting. You know, Nancy and I don't have all the traits of every sign memorized. So we kind of look down a little bit and look at these things and whatever to kind of keep us rolling here. And when I looked down, as I was telling everyone how pompous I am, I saw the word intolerant, and then we pulled the card of release. So let me talk about this. Release, release, release. When this card comes up, it is a telltale sign that you are holding on to something, Leo, that you don't need. And it can be playing with your mental and emotional, right? So your mind and your spirit, it can be playing with that. So you want to look at what is actually affecting you, and then go a little bit deeper still and look into it and say, hey, you know what? I still think about this. I thought it was gone. I thought I dealt with it, but I am pretty sure I'm still holding on to this because it plays in my mind. Take a look at things like that in your space at this time, as well as anything that has crept in the last little bit, maybe in January, maybe in December. Also, there is a tremendous amount of pandemic energy that is just universally, continuously around us. Release that as well. Take the initiative. You may feel it's not bothering you. You may feel like you're just moving along. Maybe you've gotten sick. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you whatever, it doesn't matter. But the pandemic energy affects everyone, no matter what your belief structure is. Release it all. Take that deep breath. I don't need any of this. There's a bit more to releasing, but that is the gist of it. If you just want to get in there really quick and do that. I'm going to leave that with Leo.
Nicely done. Energy alignment's also good, right? Maybe a Virgo. Something like that. Okay, Virgo, August 22nd to September 23rd. You guys tend to be modest, shy, practical, diligent. Can be a bit of a worrier and a little bit overcritical, overthinking. And it's very interesting because right now the card that came up for you was fork in the road. And when you're a thinker and you tend to get stuck in your head. These forks in the road can be very traumatic. So what Spirit's coming in and telling me is, you know what? It's it's okay. You are coming to this as an opportunity, as a positive, and that whatever direction you decide to go is going to be good. It's going to be what you're meant to be doing. You're going to be on that path. It's just, I often say we come into the world, and we've got these sort of predestined points, A, B, C, but we're also humans with free will. And so sometimes if we take road A or we take road B, we're still going to get to the same end result. We're just going to have a little bit of a different journey with that free will. And so no decision you're going to make is going to be wrong. Go back to the old thing we used to do in school where you draw the line on the piece of paper and put pros and cons on either side. And then that's going to help you sort of get out of your head and journal a little bit about the decisions that you have to make with those changes that are coming. And just, ask your guides to come in and help so that there's changes are welcomed with ease and grace. And because February, our theme is love, throw the Care Bear love out there, and
Ah,
the decision you make is just going to be just fine, and embrace it. Don't overthink it. Okay? I'm going to leave that with Virgo.
oh my goodness, I felt the Care Bear love. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Let's go to Libra. Libra is September 24th to October 23rd. As diplomatic as they are, they can be very indecisive. They can kind of change things on a whim, maybe when someone's not ready for it. But they also have a really charming aspect to them. So let's talk about September 24th to October 23rd. These are the Libras. What do we got for them? Rest and restoration. So, okay, so September, right? We're going into September. Whoop. Hello, friends. We're going September into October. Here's an interesting thing. This is when fall has just started, right? September 21st is the fall equinox. And now we have kind of moved into that space of trees are falling, trees are falling, boom, boom, boom. I meant leaves are falling off the trees. And colors are changing on those leaves, and the air is becoming crisper. There's all this energy that's happening. Mother Earth is saying, okay, we're going into a bit of a different state now. Start to look after yourself, start to prepare yourself for winter, which is hibernation. And when they talk about resting and restoration, they are very, very much talking about taking a deep look at yourself, Libra, seeing what it is that you need to kind of be quiet with for a little bit. Normally we talk about this in the winter, but this is what rest and restoration is. Look after yourself. What's not jiving with you? What is not working with your energy at this time? Maybe you're not getting things done that you want to. And this is, based in February, but your energy itself is fall energy. So that's what I'm talking about here, in case anyone got confused with all of that. We're doing this in February, but you're based in a fall energy. So rest, restoration, look at what's working for you. If it's not, take a step back. If you need to have a couple more naps than you normally would, have those naps. If you need to go out and get a pedicure or you do something for yourself that makes you feel like, okay, I'm looking after myself, that self-love, self-care is super important. So remember that. Again, you are fall energy. So, when those changes need to happen, you need to pay attention to rest and restoration. I really hope that one made sense, Nancy, because it got all into the fall stuff. But I think I covered myself there by explaining why the fall energy.
Very much so. Yeah. No, it totally made sense.
Okay.
Okay. So Scorpio, we're going to move on to you. October 24th to November 22nd. You guys are powerful. You're passionate. You're exciting. You're magnetic.
Oh, we're a lot of things.
Tara, our dear Tara, is Scorpio. So
I feel like you're preparing them for me.
Well, maybe this is where a bit of that compulsiveness comes in. I don't know. Just saying.
Just a little.
But we love our Scorpios. So for Scorpio, the card drawn for you is No Place Like Home. Okay.
Oh.
This is an incredible card, and you think, oh, okay, you know what? We're coming off of winter where we've hunkered down, we've been at home, we've had our cozy sweaters and our blankets, but we're also surrounded by our loved ones. And there is no place like home. The first thing that my guide was showing me was Dorothy and Toto tapping our heels, going, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. So what I want you to think about, because spring, we want to get out of the home. We want to get out. We want to enjoy things. But February is about love. So let's love and support those ones. Let's co-create with those that we cohabitate with. And just really, really come back to appreciating that safety, that harmony, that is our place that we call home. This is also very much about that root chakra energy, like Tara was talking about earlier, you know, that security, that safety, that having the roots, that solid foundation. So if you're feeling a little bit rocked this month with all the change that's going to be coming, go back to center, go back to home. It's the safest place for a lot of us, right? Where we celebrate the ones we love. And maybe it's also time, thank you. My guides are saying to just give your mom a call. Call the people who live far away from you. Call your relatives. Get in touch. It's a new year. Build those bridges, build those relationships. And even if you're thinking about them, go, you know what? I'm going to pick up the phone and say hello. Because that's a way of going home too. And returning all of that back to your heart energy, saying, hey, I miss you. I thank you. I love you. And I'm going to leave that with Scorpio.
Oh, I love that so much. Sacred space, right? Your home.
Mm-hmm.
Your home is where your heart is.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Let's talk about Sagittarius, November 23rd to December 22nd. Oh, jovial, good, loving, you know, all that energy that is so lovely. I'm not even going to get into the other stuff. Just good stuff for Sagittarius. Let's just go with it. But they have to listen. So I want to show you something here. This card is powerful. And maybe just a quick, Nancy, the cards, these kind of cards, oracle cards, have so much just in the picture itself. Forget the word. So I want everyone, to the best of your ability, to look at that necklace that's being worn by this powerful being. It is, to me, an amethyst. It is looking very much like a amethyst. Would you agree, Nancy?
Yes, definitely. It looks like a bit of a mala as well, maybe.
Yeah. So that whole space is talking about the crown chakra. And if you look at the card, oh heavens, I put it down in the wrong. There it is. If you look at the card, I want you to see the lines here that are, it's like, but that's all at the crown chakra, right? Third eye, crown chakra. And they've got little wisps happening there. And that is telling you to pay attention to what spirit's giving you, what the universe is giving you. This is telling you you've got the knowledge, you got the wisdom already. They're just kind of downloading it. So you're getting this. And it might be a little much, right? My head's tingling now that we're talking about it, but it might be a little much for you. And don't be afraid to say, no, I've got what I need, thank you, but pay attention to what they're downloading. It's something you already know, but you need to use at this time. Listen. That also goes into a little bit of trust of your intuitive self, right? Not everyone does this type of work. Everyone can do this type of work. Not everyone should do this type of work, but everyone can do this type of work. So trust what you're receiving. Trust that will go hand in hand with listen, please. So I'm going to leave that with Sagittarius.
Oh, love that. What a great message. Okay, so next we have Capricorn. Capricorn are patient, careful, but humorous and reserved little Capricorns. This message for you, I love. It is happy, happy, happy.
Oh, what a cute card.
Isn't that a great card? And just like Tara was saying, the card holds a lot. Okay? You see the little keyhole on the egg. What is it that you've birthed or have planted that seed for, or is new that you're opening the key and it's suddenly new horizons are open to you?
Unlock the egg.
Unlock the egg. And the fact that there's this glorious little pixie lady on there with butterflies, it's all about new. It's about change. It's about growth. And this makes you happy. I'm really being told too, thank you, by my guide, that you guys have generally had a fairly good month so far through January, and that you're really coming into a time where it's okay just to be happy and just settle into that really glorious new spring energy, that love energy, and spread your wings, enjoy the new journey, enjoy everything that you've sort of been working um, towards for change or new opportunities, and embrace it and just be happy and enjoy it. We often worry so much about getting from A to B, we forget to enjoy the journey along the way. And that's what Spirit's telling me. Thank you. It's just, you know, get in your car, enjoy the beautiful scenery while you're driving, and be present, be in that moment. And it's going to bring you so much more joy. So I'm going to leave that with Capricorn.
I feel so strongly with that, that joy is so important right now. And here's something interesting. I teach classes, and I'm in the middle of doing a video for release. So we're doing a 9-week course, and we're doing release. And the release I started to channel was all about releasing balloons.
Really?
Your card, putting your release into a balloon and letting it go. Not environmentally friendly, but it's metaphysical, so it's okay. And yeah, and then you brought up those balloons, and I instantly felt the unlocking of the key. So I took a message from that as well, and I have nothing to do with Capricorn, so
Well, I
I'll
will
take that
say that
message.
releasing balloons is happy and joyful, right? As
Mhm.
like you said, not environmentally friendly, and birds don't like it, but for the most part, I mean, it's a glorious thing. It's
Isn't it funny how everyone's so politically correct now? We can't even think about releasing a balloon metaphorically without like trying to make sure that everyone knows we're not doing it in
we've
the
got our
okay.
bases covered. We're good.
Right? Okay, let's talk about Aquarius, January 21st to February 19th. Now, I pulled this card. I felt the need to pull this card while we were talking because it feels very emotional to me. And the card that they got was challenging times. And Aquarius can be unemotional. They can be a bit detached, but they also have this amazing, a friendliness to them, which is so weird because that's like a contradiction. They can be very unemotional, very detached, but then they're very good at putting a friendly face forward. So they're good at faking it till they make it, kind of thing. Do you understand? But it's still genuine. It's still, they're trying. They want to be in that space. Challenging times feels emotional to me, guys. Aquarius, this feels very emotional. And so Aquarius also has a lot to do just in the wording itself with water. And water always means, in my world, mental and emotional detoxification. So if they're talking about challenging times, I'm picking up the water energy. This tells me that you have to look at what's going on in your headspace. Get rid of the mental and emotional baggage that you're carrying, mental detoxification. Maybe go and stand under the shower or out in the rain, safely stand in the rain. um but go have a shower, go swimming, go get under the water, your head under the water, and feel that enclosure, that it's almost like the womb, right? And feel that you're safe, and in safe you can let the human mental and emotional detach from you, and just get out of that space of constant, maybe it's worry, maybe it's fear, maybe it's anxiousness, the emotions that we carry as humans. Our higher self, our spirit self, doesn't always need it, but our humanness holds on to it because we're like, oh, but this is what we're here for. Let it go. Challenging times, you're going to feel overwhelmed, and the emotions are going to be at play here. You don't have to sit in that energy. Use the tools that spirit gives you. Trust what I'm saying to you, and do a little bit of water work, and you'll feel 1,000 times better. Okay.
Love that. Let it flow. Let it
Yeah,
flow.
waterfall, right?
Yeah,
Woo.
yeah. Okay. Last but not least is Pisces. We got February 20th to March 20th. You guys are sensitive. You're imaginative, selfless, very intuitive. You tend to be a bit of an escapist, but that's okay. You know what? Sometimes that helps with that intuition, getting up in spirit, right?
Mhm.
The card for you is a kind of a double message. You've got around and around. And my guide's coming in and telling me this is sort of about two things. It's about sacred geometry, which I'll get into in a second, but it's also about you've been going over something over and over obsessively in your head, and you need to get out of that reoccurring pattern, out of that constant story that you're telling yourself over and over and repeating and repeating. It's thank you. They're saying basically, what's the definition of insanity? Repeating the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
True.
Stop doing that. Just get out, tell yourself a new story. Tell yourself something that's going to empower you. It's going to plant that love theme for February, and it's going to be amazing. Returning to the sacred geometry. I use a lot of sacred geometry in my meditation to focus on. It's the core. Sacred geometry is the core foundation and shapes of everything in the universe. Get back to your core, get back to your center, and think about that. Think about, what are the basics? Where do I start from the beginning? Because I've gotten over here with the story. Come back to that center and focus on that, because that's where that true divine power is. And connect yourself with that intuition up there and utilize that for your highest good. So I'm going to leave that with Pisces for the month.
Beautiful. So I think before we wrap up, I will mention a couple things. One, I always like to do a shout out to the lovely people who provide me with, or they don't provide me with, I purchase from them to support them. This is Angie's Native Beading. She's located in Vernon. These are beautiful hoops. I love these so much. I specifically ordered the colors because I do a lot of dark. I just love them. So if you want to support a beautiful Indigenous family, she has, I believe, 5 children, and she's doing this beading, and we are going to be selling that beading at the Spirit Collective store in Tawasin. But yeah, she's got these. I love them.
Gorgeous.
And you can always go to Spirit Essence and send me a message, and I can hook you up with her. The other thing I want to mention is, Nancy, thank you for the shout out for the Oracle class. It starts on January 31st, so people may not see this in time. This comes out on the 1st, but it is a recorded video class. So you will get the classes, and you can just jump in and follow along. So you can look at the website for that as well, www.spiritessencebytaradiana.com. So in closing, Nancy, I think what I'll do is I'll just give whatever my guide is giving for everyone. And so we'll leave it at that at the end of it. But before we do that, I will thank you again for being my partner in this journey. I love doing this. I love the pulling of the cards. Let's work with chakras next month. Let's see what chakras everyone needs to work on in March, which will be an awesome thing to do because it is heading into spring, and we want to be at our highest and best so that the seeds that we planted can just boop, come out over the next coming months.
Love it.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to it.
So February comes from a place within our hearts. It is the traditional month of love that we have brought to fruition ourselves. So we are now focusing on that love energy. This is the month that we can put out what we need for ourselves. It doesn't matter what your sign is. We're sitting in the month that we can focus on taking care of our inner peace. For it is with our inner peace that we will be able to be a blessing to those around us. And the more of the love energy we put out, the love of self that we put out for others, the more that they will want to bask in that energy, and they will want to emit that energy as well. And it will be a beautiful continuation from one to the other to the other. And when we sit in that energy, we can only do good things. So think about this. If good comes to me, good must go through me. And it is like a pay it forward moment. So I will leave that with everyone. Nancy, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
And everyone else that came and watched this, whether it's on our YouTube channel, please subscribe. We don't know what we're doing with it, but we're having fun. Please check out the website and subscribe to our newsletter. Nancy, Lizina, Jody, and I, we all put out little special offers in there that we don't put onto the sites. There's a blog that we won't put onto the sites, and a few other goodies in there. Just come and join us. We want you there. It's all about the collective.
Definitely.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
See you.